Now we're at part B of question 2 of the CSEC Mathematics January 2024 paper. As usual, if you have not yet done so, I want you to pause the video and work out the question. Make a genuine attempt at it. Alright. So now, you have done so. I'm going to work through the question, and you can see if I made any mistake, or if I got the same thing as you did, or if you made any mistake. Alright? So here now, part B. Find the value of r when x squared plus x to the 6 is equal to x to the r. Alright. So part B1, we look at that. So you have x squared multiplied by x to the 6 is equal to x to the r. Now remember the laws of indices. Alright? If you remember your laws of indices, you will remember that this is x to the 2 plus 6 is equal to x to the r, and therefore x to the 8 is equal to x to the r. So r must be equal to 8. Alright? You have to remember your laws of indices. Remember that's how this works, you know. Is that x squared means x multiplied by x. And you multiply that by x to the 6, which is x times x times x times x times x times x. You have x times 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 x. When you have all these x's lined up and multiply one another, you have x to the number of x's you have lined up. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. So it's x to the 8. So that's what happened. So x to the 2 means these two x's times x to the 6 means these 6 x's. So it's as if you have 8 x's lined up and multiplying. 2 x's lined up and multiply one another. 6 x's lined up and multiply one another. But the both groups multiply, so it's like 8 x's lined up and multiply one another. So x to the 2 times x to the 6 is the same as x to the 8. So r is 8. Let's look at part 2 now. S when s to the 3 is equal to 8. Now, s raised to the power of 3, that's part 2. Let's do it here. X to the power of 3 is equal to 8. Now the thing is, you're going to say, if s to the power of 3 is equal to 8, if you could find another number, when you have it to the power of 3, it is equal to 8, then that number must be s. Alright? Now, s to the power of 3 means you have 3 s's lined up behind one another and they multiply and give you s. So s to the power of 3 equal. You have a certain number. Alright, let's not deal with the s to the 3. This number, let's call it n. If n to the 3 give you the same thing as s to the 3, then s must be equal to n, right? What could n be? Alright. And that means it gives you 8. If n to the 3 is equal to 8, then n must be that number. And s would also be that number because s to the 3 is the same 8. Alright? Follow the argument? Now, here, what could that number be? Well, if you find the cube root of 8, then you're going to find the number. The cube root of 8 is going to be that number, whatever that number is. Now, what is the cube root of 8? Let's go back to it later on. Which number, when you raise to the 3, give you 8? Is it 1? 1 to the 3 means 1 times 1 times 1. You have 3 ones lined up. Oh, 1 by 1 is 1, 1 by 1 is 1. It's not 8, so it's not 1. Which number raised to the 3 gives you 8? Could it be 3? 3 to the 3 means 3 by 3 by 3. 3 3 is 9, 9 3 is 27. Oh, it's not 3. You're going up too much. You have to go back down. We tried 1 and we tried 3. Oh, we didn't try 2. So let's try 2 and see. 2 to the 3. Is it 8? Alright. We have 3 2's lined up and they multiply one another. 2 by 2 by 2. 2 2's 4, 4 2's 8. It is 2. Alright. So this shows that s to the 3 is equal to 8 and 2 to the 3 is equal to 8. That means s to the power of 3 is equal to 2 to the power of 3. So s would have to be equal to 2. Now let's go back to the cube root of 8. The cube root of 8 is a certain number. You put down 3 of those numbers. Right? Call it n, 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 whatever the number is. When you multiply them, you get 8. N. This would give you 8. So n would have to be 2. 2 by 2 is 4. 4 2 is 8. So 2 by 2 by 2 is 8. Alright? So here n is equal to 2. So therefore s, the answer for this s, is equal to 2.